My name's Priscilla De La Torre,
And my name is Jordan Hemp,
and you're listening to Off the Market Confessions,
where we talk about real stories, real estate, and real life.
Hi guys, we're back.
What's happening? Happy St. Patrick's Day, Priscilla.
Are you wearing green?
I'm trying. I have a little bit of green on my shirt. I'm wearing my Keller Williams shirt today.
Okay, it is a little bit green, guys. I will not pinch him for his own sake. Today we decided, since it's St. Patrick's Day, we decided we're going to open these fortune cookies on camera.
See if we have any good luck.
Let's see if we have some good luck today. I hope it says that everyone watching this wants to hire us. Let me see.
You will get a new listing every week for the rest of the year. Just kidding.
Stop. I was like, dang, that's a good one. What does yours say?
You have a knack for making friends wherever you go.
Oh my God,
I think that's
pretty much
true.
the same thing
I think
too.
that is true.
Mine says, turn towards those with the means to help you succeed. It's literally you guys. You guys will help me succeed if you hire me. Or Jordan. Okay.
Even if you like, comment, or share, or follow, or subscribe, you are helping her.
You are helping
Both of
me,
us.
yes. I love it. Okay. Are you going to eat yours? It's kind of old. He's eating an old fortune cookie, guys. Hide it back here. Okay. So today we're going to talk about
Zillow.
Zillow.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. There are pros and cons to Zillow.
Yes.
I need to finish eating. Wash that down.
You're going to be like, there's...
Watch that be my bad luck. I choke on a fortune cookie.
Don't jinx yourself.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about Zillow, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Zillow can pretend to be your friend, and sometimes they are. But I like to describe Zillow as like having a toxic ex-girlfriend.
So you were saying Zillow's like a toxic ex-girlfriend. Why?
I like to say it this way because back when I was new in real estate, I decided that I was going to invest in leads from Zillow. And we're going to break that down a little bit, why that works or doesn't work for some people. But it was very expensive. I think in the span of 7 months, I paid about $9,000. And so
Crazy.
really how it all started was they gave me a phone call and they buttered me up. It was one of those, not a scam phone call, but one where they try to sell you. Yeah. And they buttered me up. They made me sound good. They made me feel good about it. And they were like, yeah, you can own this zip code. So I think I was paying for Terrace Heights in West Valley or Mid-Yakima. I can't remember. Maybe even Sela for a little bit. But over 7 months, I think I gave them $9,000.
Wow.
And I did get some leads, but I only ever closed one. And that was like a $7,500 commission, I think. So I'm still like $1,500 short from what I invested.
Crazy. I'll give you $1,500. Here you go.
You should, yeah.
And for those of you watching that don't understand like what the term lead means, essentially it's somebody that's like interested in a property or like somebody that connects with us and wants to buy or sell. That's what we consider a lead. Because I've had people ask me like, what's a lead before when I talk about my lead?
Leads can be warm, leads can be cold, leads can be hot, basically depending on what their motivation is and how soon they want to buy something.
Not how good they look.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can say they're hot too, but sometimes. Yeah, but no, so it's like a toxic ex-girlfriend because I feel like at first it was all like just love hearts and like warm and fuzzy with them. And they were just promising love and leads to me. And then it started to feel like the communication was off and I noticed that they were seeing other people and they were collecting money from them too. So it turned into a sugar daddy type thing. And in the end, it was just, they took all my money.
That's crazy.
And so I broke up with them. And now we try to remain friends because every once in a while, like good things come from Zillow. I still try to send my friends to speak with Zillow and look at Zillow. So sometimes my friends and family and clients will look at Zillow and I'm just like, yeah, don't fall for Zillow because Zillow will take your money, but it's not a terrible place to like shop and stuff like that. So anyways, it's kind of like a friends with benefits situation.
I don't have those, so I wouldn't know that either.
I don't either, but only with Zillow. Zillow just has a way with me. Anyways, we wanted to break down the pros and cons for realtors and consumers. So let's start. Do you want to start with the consumer side, actually? Let's start with the consumer side. Okay. Pros for consumers. If you're shopping for a home, Zillow, first and foremost, is free and it's really easy to use. It's user-friendly. It has a really nice interface. So when you're trying to interact and look at a map function or a list function of homes, you can see the pictures, the price, and a lot of the details of the home right before you click on the house, which is pretty helpful. And I'll admit that I even use Zillow sometimes if I have to find something quick that maybe isn't in our MLS, or maybe it's for sale by owner, stuff like that. So Zillow can be helpful, and every once in a while I'll look at it just to look at my own house because as a homeowner, you might be curious what they're putting on there for your house,
Right.
even if it's not for sale.
Right.
It might
Like
have
there's
old
Zestimate.
photos,
Yeah.
the Zestimate, like a street shot from Google Earth, stuff like that. It's just, I don't know, a little bit of curiosity there.
Yeah.
So another thing that they have is a huge inventory. Why? The reason that they have a huge inventory is because they include all MLS listings from all over the state or the world, really. But they also include
like for sale by owner,
FSBOs, rentals,
I think like the auction ones,
foreclosures, and auctions.
foreclosures.
Yep.
Yeah, they have everything on there.
Yeah. So it's the point of that being set up that way is to feel like a one-stop shop for consumers. And
Exposure
I'd
for
say
the sellers,
they've done a good job at that. They do give sellers an option to do for sale by owner, but there's something that it lacks, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So it's not just all,
Rainbows and butterflies.
yeah, it's not peace of mind for all sellers that want to do
It's
FSBOs.
not. I don't think it's.
So, number 3, the reasons why there are pros for consumers is because it's got powerful search function tools. So you can apply filters, you can set up alerts, you can change the maps function on there, and then you can create saved searches, and it makes your browsing simple. So realtors have this function too in the MLS. And I actually prefer to set it up that way because it keeps me in the loop with the consumer. But as a consumer, honestly, I have clients that have told me in the past, or I've seen this on social media. There's some people who look at Zillow like social media, and they're just browsing houses. They're just like, oh, I
Honestly,
like
when
this.
I was looking for my house, I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just be scrolling, and then at the time, Corey, which was my realtor, she set me up for some search thing, and I would look through like everything she was sending, but I was bored, so I was looking for a house. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that like I said, I occasionally like to get on Zillow myself, and I'll just look at whatever. I don't know.
I like to see what the most expensive house is, like in
Yeah.
town, just because I want to stay informed, like what's out there that maybe I'm not seeing on
Have
our
you ever
side.
traveled somewhere like Las
Yeah,
Vegas, or when we went to
yeah.
Atlanta and like pull up Zillow? You're like, I just want to kind of see what's for sale in
What
the
the
area.
prices?
Because
I
our MLS doesn't cover outside areas.
Right.
So,
And whenever I'm in Florida, because I have family out there, so I always like to look to see, like, if I bought a house out here, how much would it be? And it's actually really similar to here. Maybe just a tiny bit like more affordable there, I think.
oh, really?
Yeah. But also I think their minimum wage is less,
Mhm.
which would explain like lower.
Yeah. And the style of homes are a little bit different too. And I feel like homes are closer together there more often, like
less
suburbs.
land, yeah.
Yeah. So the next pro for consumers with Zillow is that there is some transparency and accessibility. Consumers can explore homes without immediately contacting an agent. So if you're not ready, or if you're just using it as a social media function, you can look without having any type of commitment to an agent or an office or a contract. And then the last pro that I have here is that it's the one-stop shop feel that I mentioned. It offers connections to agents or lenders, and it tries to keep all those services in one place. So you really don't have to venture out off of Zillow. But we're going to explain a little bit why that might not be the best option.
Okay, so now getting into the cons, some of the cons, inaccurate Zestimates. So I know when you scroll and you see the value of a house, a lot of people will tell me like, hey, I want this house, I want to go see it. Zillow says that it's worth, 240, but it's listed at like 300 or something, whatever. Zillow's going to show you whatever, based on the information that they gathered, that's the price it's going to show you. Not based on any updates, not based on any, anything new that's been added. So those prices do tend to be pretty off.
Yeah, I believe that Zillow pulls its estimate values from other sales in an area. They might use comparables that we would not use.
Right. Because I think they use so for example, if you're selling in Yakima, they're going to use all of Yakima radius.
Right.
To compare, which obviously can throw off the prices, versus we use just in like a certain neighborhood because every neighborhood is different. The values are different in every
Right.
neighborhood.
Well, they also might use a comp that's, if your house is 1,000
Mhm,
square feet, they
mhm.
might use a comp that's 2,000 square
Right.
feet,
Which we would
double the
not use.
size.
Yeah, which we
And
would
they're
not use.
just strictly using sale data. They're not using condition. They're not
Right.
using, they
Mhm.
might, they might use lot size a little bit, but not really. I don't
Right.
think I mean, they'll throw it in there. If it's a recent
Right.
sale and it's like fairly nearby, they'll
Mhm.
use it. And we wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So it kind of inaccurately pulls your price in a certain direction for your Zestimate value.
Mhm.
And like you said, it does not
It's not accurate.
consider
Yeah.
updates or
Correct.
anything that's visual. It does not have the ability to look at a photo
Yeah.
and see that you've changed things.
Mhm, mhm.
So
Another con, so some of the information can be outdated or incorrect. Also, this is kind of part of it, I guess, but a lot of people will send me stuff that's off the market. I don't know how they find these houses. And then they're like, "Hey, we want to see this one," and I'm like, "It's not
it's
even
not even for
listed. Like,
sale.
it's not for sale. We can't just
Yeah, I
go
see
and
that
try to
often
buy it.
too.
I mean, we can try to find if you're wanting, if it's abandoned, maybe we can try to figure it out, but that's kind of out of our scope.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
most part, Zillow is fairly good at updating when we update the MLS. However, I notice that sometimes there's some confusion around the terms of
Mhm.
like that we use, like pending or pending accepting backup or contingent with a release
Mhm.
clause. I
Mhm.
don't think that translates clearly
Yeah.
every time.
Mm.
And so Zillow might just call it pending when maybe they're still looking at other offers or
Right.
something like that.
Right.
And I
And
think that throws it off for
yeah, and
buyers.
I think it's so important when something says pending accepting backup offers, if you have an agent and you're interested in this house, have them ask like, "Hey, is this going to be available?" I just had one that was going to come back on the market, or they were going to fall through, and we were able to make it work or whatever. Like as soon as it hit the market, boom, we were there because we
Yeah.
asked like, "Hey, this has been pending for 2-3 months. What's happening?" And
Yeah.
then we were there. So essentially,
Yeah.
we were like
Yeah.
the backup offer. So another con, this is my favorite con. So misleading agent connections and clicking contact agent might not get you to the agent that you think you're getting to,
Or the listing agent.
or the listing agent. So essentially, what Zillow does is when you click that you want to tour this home, sometimes people think that they're going to see the listing agent, which is who represents the seller.
Right.
This is taking you to people that pay to be a part of Zillow. So this is how people have business because they pay Zillow to get the leads, which is you guys, the consumers, right? Am I
Hmm.
saying this right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys, these people pay into it to basically get your information and connect with you. It's my favorite thing because you never know who you're getting. You don't know their experience. Some of the agents on there that I know that do that, they are, they've done quite a few transactions, which is good. But if you're getting somebody that's brand new or that's maybe been in the business for years but only does one deal a year, they don't know what the market's like. They don't know what they're negotiating for
Right.
you. There's so many things like you don't know
That's
who you're working with.
that is what is scary about this
Mm-hmm.
is that you might think that you're getting with the listing agent
Mm-hmm.
on this because they make it very hard for you to find that out.
Mm-hmm.
Even when, as a realtor, if I see a listing that's not in our MLS and I have to look at Zillow to find out who it
You
is so I
can't
can set
find
up a
them. I had
showing.
to like Google these people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they make it extremely hard. So sometimes it'll say their name and then what MLS it is, and then I have to go Google it
Mhm.
because they will not share that contact
Yeah.
info, and so it makes it very hard to get
Yeah.
in touch with the listing agent. Now, this is what's scary though is you can have Joe Schmo who just got licensed, who doesn't know a single thing about selling real
Mhm.
estate, who just decided, I'm just going to fork out a bunch of
Yeah.
money to look like the premier agent in this area.
Mhm.
And that's the first person that you get in touch with because Zillow doesn't care about you. They don't care about the agents, the quality of the agents. They care about making money and just giving you to them.
Because
And
essentially, like, so say Jordan's paying for Zillow and I connect with him through there and I buy the house. The way that Zillow gets paid is they get part of whatever commission Jordan's getting. So obviously we're commission only, commission based,
well, it can
right?
work that way. Zillow is more so we pay for the leads up front. We don't pay the
You're
referral fee. I
right.
think they might have some sort of setup like that where you can
Mhm.
do referral fees, but they
Oh,
get
it's
paid up
not
front. So I
fees.
pay a flat monthly fee to own a certain zip code, and whatever leads come up in that zip code throughout that month,
Mhm.
they will send to me. But if there's other agents who are in that tier level of paying in that area too, they also get fed leads. So they don't know the quality. They say they're filtered, but they're not. They don't know exactly what this person's intentions are. They don't actually talk to the buyer. They connect the buyer directly to one of those agents who's paying for it. And that person may just be calling to see if it's a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom because they can't tell from the photos. That doesn't mean they're a warm lead. And Zillow's making us pay for that, saying that they're going to guarantee warm leads.
Yeah.
And they don't.
Oh,
So
that's crazy. Okay, correction, because I did not know that. Which leads us into my second favorite con, lack of personalized guidance. Personally, me, when I get, a random phone call, or when I was brand new, somebody had me with them, like if they had extra leads, which were like, online leads, or like essentially I'd have to cold call these people, right? I don't like to do that. I don't like to I would prefer to make a connection with people, or like meet them and chat with them. This is why I love social media, because I get to know who they are. They get to know who I am. But I feel like the online leads, it's just there's such a like disconnect, and you're not getting like the proper guidance sometimes, because to me, it seems so transactional. Like a lot of the times the agent on the other side just wants to make a sale.
yeah.
They don't care what you get. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And just
Not all agents are like this, but just from what I've seen,
just
what I've
like
heard.
we were saying, is the lack of personal guidance. They don't actually connect you. They may not connect you with a realtor that knows what they're doing. Some of them do, but they may not connect you with somebody that they know what they're doing. And so, I mean, it's obvious that Zillow does not replace a knowledgeable local realtor. Zillow is better for searching, but when it comes to actually making moves on properties, Zillow can't help you.
Yeah.
So,
And then leading into number 5, another con is potential scams. I haven't
especially
seen
rentals.
I haven't seen it too much, or maybe I don't know about it.
I don't see it as often either. I think the consumer gets more of it than we do because we use the MLS more often.
Yeah.
But
But I
there
have
are
seen it like on
potential scam
Facebook. Yeah.
listings.
I see it
Yes.
on Facebook where it's
Yeah.
like don't like and it's listed on Zillow as a rental. But they're like,
Yeah.
don't this person, it's a scam, blah, blah, blah. So
Yeah.
that's kind of scary. If you're somebody that rents, just make sure you do your due diligence. Don't send somebody $1,000 deposit before you go see the building, or if that's all BS. Like, don't
Yeah.
do that. If it sounds too good to be true, it's because it probably is. And then the last con, just questionable review reliability. I don't know much about this one.
It's becoming more of an issue. So some reviews might not be fully trustworthy due to AI generated content concerns. So I don't know where this is coming from, whether it's consumers or agents, but
I hope it's
some
not
reviews
agents.
might not be legit. They might be fake. And that's scary. But
I'm
let's
really
be
bad at
honest.
asking for reviews.
I know, same. But and if I do ask for reviews, I look at Google reviews. So if you're wanting to research any business, realtor, go to Google. Don't look at Zillow.
Or if you bought from us and you're watching this, go leave us a review.
Yes, please
because
leave us reviews.
we probably didn't ask you. I just forget about that, to be honest with you.
I do. And when buyers buy a home, they're like overwhelmed with having to move. The last thing they want to do is pull out their phone and do a review. It takes a minute. It takes a minute, you guys. And I don't even need like a comment. I would love a comment, but if you could just do the stars, like
please,
that's enough. Like
I always
barely.
forget too that like out of town people do look at those. But I mean, it's like social media. People are gonna look to see like what the feedback is.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. And so I think that Google is a better place to look for reviews and make sure you leave them. But as far as Zillow, some of them can be trustworthy. Just make sure that you're like reading into those reviews if you're going to analyze them, and just make sure that it sounds legit and that the name looks real. All right. So let's talk briefly about, we'll go through this fairly quickly. Let's talk about why Zillow is bad and good for realtors. So with the cons?
With the pros.
Okay.
Sorry,
So for realtors, a benefit is the massive exposure and lead generation. If you want to pay into it, that's great. Even as a listing agent, it still brings your listings exposure. However, if they're just using the Zillow function, like the tools on there to be connected with an agent, they're likely not going to be connected to the listing agent. But you know what? For a listing agent, if that's going to help get their listing sold, that's good too. That's still in the seller's best interest. So it has millions. Zillow has millions of monthly users, giving agents access to a huge audience. That's a huge benefit. And it's an automatic feed from our MLS. So we don't have to input listings and whatnot into Zillow. And then they do have programs like the Zillow Premier Agent that can connect you directly with active buyers and sellers. So that's the one that you pay into if you want to be a premier agent, and it's expensive. So I would say that that's the con is it may not be worth it.
Yeah.
It just depends. Branding and credibility. So that's another pro. Profiles with reviews and sales history and photos help build trust and authority for realtors when it comes to consumer shopping. Number 3, easy entry for newer agents. So if you are a brand new agent like Joe Schmo, who is like, I need to get some active buyers quick, then Joe can just pay a lot of money to
He's
get
a
in front of a
baller.
lot of people.
He's a
Yeah.
baller.
Right. And Zillow, this is the thing that
Not
I
for
don't
long
like.
though,
Right.
because he's not going to close
Right.
any sales.
This is what I don't like about Zillow is they call it premier agent. You can own a zip code, be the premier agent. But do you think if 10 realtors called Zillow right now and said, I really want to be in this area, they're going to turn them away?
No, they're going to take him.
Yes.
They
And
just
so
want
there's no exclusivity. They will tell you there's exclusivity there, and there is not. And that should be worrisome for buyers too. That just shows it's a business. It's a business for them. It's actually not to protect a buyer's best interests. It's strictly for money. The last pro that I can think of for realtors is its built-in tools. So if you want some market data, Zestimates, we take that with caution, right? Like that can be useful or beneficial, but it can also be a curse because it's not always accurate, less accurate than what we can come up with. And then it also produces reports that can be used for conversation starters with clients.
I also think Zestimates, it just kind of sucks because it puts this number in people's heads that might not be accurate. And people cling to that. They cling to that number when it's like, this is just another like online source feeding you random information. Okay, some of the cons. Number 1, expensive. The leads are expensive. Zillow leads cost thousands per month with inconsistent return on investment. I was like, what's the I for? So yeah, it's going to cost a lot of money. As you know, Jordan is still upside down.
Yeah, I know. Over 5 years ago
Yeah.
that I paid that, or about 5 years ago. It was only for 7 months.
Yeah.
And I mean,
But that's so much money.
I do have
That's so
one
much money.
lead that that I got from that was a wonderful, wonderful family. They just had some health issues that took them out of the market,
Yeah,
and they still have not bought.
that's crazy.
And so someday when I close that, I will finally be, in the positive
So
there.
I don't have to give you
But
$1,500
not well, if you could just loan it to me and I'll pay you back. That would
when
be
you
great.
close the lead.
Yes. Yeah, it might be a while. But on that expensive leads topic, like I will mention one of the leads that I received back then. This is why I know that they're unfiltered leads, is that there was somebody that called me that was literally so desperate for housing. He was like, "I want a motorhome if you have
Oh my
one, like a
gosh.
trailer, like an RV trailer." He's like, anything. And I was like, I'm just so sorry. Like, I don't know how to help you other than maybe tell you to go look at Craigslist or Marketplace. I
Right.
don't know what to say.
Right.
But he needed financing and a loan and all that. I was like, I can't help you. And unfortunately, I think the saddest part about all this was pretty certain he was like a disabled veteron. So he should
That
be able to
sucks.
seek other resources, hopefully. But
Right.
I just
That's what
wasn't able
Zillow
to
should
help
work
him,
on.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that sucks. I had one similar, but it was he was looking at a what is it, a mobile home
yeah.
in like a park. But I mean, people think like, oh, mobile home in a park, that's cheap. It's not. It's
It's
actually
not with a lot rent.
it's
No. And if you
it's
need
so
financing,
expensive. Yeah, it's still
yeah.
expensive. It's honestly like
And they're
the
hard to
same as
finance.
it's the same as buying a house. Maybe, not a
Like a nicer
400.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still
Maybe not
expensive.
huge, but
Maybe
yeah.
not huge, but still.
Have you ever invested in Zillow? I didn't ask you.
No.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
Good. Don't.
Heck no. No, because I like connection. Like I want to be like your friend. I want to go show you houses, not go show you houses. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to be like a part of your life. Like this is
Yeah.
us. This is how I want us to be. Not in a weird way. But I'm such a like a connections person that I feel
Yeah.
like, to me, calling someone and saying, "Hey, do you want to buy a house? Hey, do you want to?" That's so like transactional,
Yeah.
and I hate that feeling because
It,
I
it
hate the
lacks
feeling.
connection. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate the feeling of like someone trying to sell me on something, like on a car or like solve my problems.
Mhm.
Then I'll probably buy it.
Yeah.
Figure out what my issue is, why I need these things, and then I'll probably buy from you. But if you're like a sleazy salesperson, I don't like that. I don't want my clients to feel like I'm that way. And for some reason, Zillow gives me that vibe. Like you're just a
Salesy.
transaction.
Yeah.
And I hate that, because this is such a special thing. It's a huge milestone that, it should be with someone that really cares about you and
Hmm.
like loves what they do.
Right. I
You wouldn't
agree.
go to like a crappy doctor to
Right.
do your BBL.
You wouldn't get
You want the best.
a
That's gonna
crappy divorce lawyer for divorce,
exactly,
right? Yeah.
exactly. So it's like get a good realtor, not just somebody that's paying to get your information. No shade.
Exactly.
No
Yeah.
shade, but
Right.
okay, so share leads, con number 2, heavy competition, like he said. I doubt they're excluding people.
Yeah, if
You
multiple
know,
agents call for one area, they're like,
they're
"Oh, we all want to be in West
yeah.
Valley because West Valley has the highest
Mhm.
average sales price, and so they
Right.
all want to be there." All these agents call Zillow at one time. They're not going to
They're
turn
not
them away
gonna
because
turn them
Zillow's in the
away.
business of making money.
Right.
They might say we have a wait list or whatever. They try to make it sound more exclusive, and they say we'll get you in there. But I guarantee you,
They're not telling
they will
yeah.
call you back within a matter of days or maybe
Mhm.
weeks and say, "Oh,
Opened up.
magically a spot has opened up.
Mhm.
We're glad to put you in
Yeah.
there." But they're probably doing that for 2 or 3 agents at
Mhm.
the same time in the same
Mhm.
day. It's
Mhm.
just really weird. And
Yeah.
so
It's like a
it's
sales thing on their side.
yes,
It's literally like if you've ever watched The Wolf of Wall Street, that's literally what they're doing to the agents. Like they're calling them and saying, "Hey, I got this great thing. It's called Zillow and blah blah blah." That's what they're selling you. But
yes.
we're just some people aren't like maybe they just don't understand like what's happening. Okay, con number 3, low quality. So a lot of people that are just looking, if you're an agent and you're paying for these people, I mean
Window
it could be
shoppers.
nothing. Yeah, just window
Yeah.
shoppers.
Just wanting some simple
Yeah.
information, but they're not serious about buying.
Mhm.
And Zillow tricks us to thinking that it's a warm lead.
Mhm.
So it's not.
Mhm. And those sometimes take, a little bit longer. I don't know. I don't know if you want to do that. Deal with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Number 4, Zillow controls the relationship. So again, it's very transactional. I don't know. Do you have any input on that?
So the platform owns the traffic and often sits between you and the client. Zillow makes it sound like they're giving you this lead that has
Mhm.
been like procured and kind of like
Like they're
shaped
ready to
into
go.
the
They're
ready, yeah,
pre-approved, but they're
the
not.
hot and ready
Yeah, they're
type
not.
thing. And they're not. And then a lot of those leads that come through are people who already have an agent. They're just simply calling for information. So
Mhm.
they're just, they're like, "Oh, I'm not looking for an agent. I just wanted information on this
Right.
house." Well, and if that's you, if you're that type of buyer that's looking on Zillow and you're
Mhm.
like, "I already have an agent, but I'm just,
Mhm.
it doesn't hurt to
Yeah.
call to
No,
get some
call your
information."
agent.
Call your agent.
We can find out any
That's what they're
information. That's
there
our
to
job.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally our
And
job.
I mean, yeah, if it's late at night, maybe just respect that your agent needs to sleep too or that they
Mhm.
have family time and
Mhm.
obligations. But I mean, don't be afraid to send that to your agent.
Yeah.
Also, and if you have an iPhone, you can schedule text to send out later, which
I do that
is
all
one of
the
my
time.
favorite
I
things.
love that.
So, and buyers, you can use that too. Or
Yeah,
sellers.
yeah.
Okay, last one.
And then last one's estimate headaches. So again, if you're buying these leads, you're gonna spend a lot of time trying to like
Course
knock
correct
them off
people's
this
knowledge.
knock them off this price point. Like I have to have this price. I have to do this. No, you don't because that's actually wrong.
Yeah,
So
this is estimate
yeah.
value. Yep. Yeah.
Okay, number 6, your listing equals other agents are being advertised on it. So this kind of leads us into another platform
We'll talk
briefly.
about a shift in where
Hmm.
people should be looking. But basically, if I put my listing up, my face is not on there at all. My name is listed in the fine print
Hmm.
in a hidden spot. Other agents show up as it says
Yeah,
contact agent,
as number
all these
1.
premiering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's again, the agents that you're seeing on Zillow that are the top agents might not necessarily be the top agents in the city or the town that you're from.
They're
It's
just
because
paying the
they're
most
paying
money.
to be on there.
Yep.
So just so you know.
Sometimes they are the
Yeah,
top
and sometimes
agents,
they are,
but
sometimes they do really well, but not always. So just do your
yeah,
research on your
and
agent.
the what this does is it causes confusion
Mhm.
amongst the buyers,
Yeah.
consumers, and it's a little bit misleading. But
Agree.
let's talk about real quick about how that shifts into
Uh-huh.
another place that's better to look. If you want to get in contact
Yeah.
directly with the listing agent, where should they
Mhm.
go?
Homes.com. So homes.com is another platform to search for homes similar to Zillow. I kind of like homes.com better only because it like gives me information about the neighborhood. So like if you're somebody from out of town, you can I don't know, we pulled it up and it gave us this like big old thing
Yeah.
on Moxie and there was like drone footage, there was like
Yeah.
an
So
AI voice or
homes.com
something.
really
Yeah.
tries to basically the intention of homes.com is to direct leads back to the listing agent.
Mhm.
The listing agent. So Priscilla has now partnered with homes.com, and it's something that I might consider as well. But I think that the benefit for Priscilla is that she does not have to pay for these leads. She pays for a service with homes.com to highlight her listings. And then any leads that come in on those listings come straight to you. And what I think homes.com has done a fantastic job at is their marketing. They decided that they're going to go to every community around the United States, and they're still actively working on this as they grow. And they do these really awesome
like in-depth videos. Like I think that's
and community
yes.
just advertising basically. They did some amazing drone footage of Moxie. So if you're interested in seeing what we're talking about, go to homes.com and then go look in Moxie, and it'll show just all these details about it, which I was really impressed.
And my favorite thing is that I can do the market analysis through them or through there, and it just makes it look
And
really
their information
pretty.
is
And
more
the information,
accurate.
yeah, the information is really accurate. So homes.com, not too.
And
I mean, Zillow's cool too. It just has its, its pros and cons. And I'm sure homes.com has its cons too. But
you can look at realtor.com. I think some people find realtor.com to be a little bit less user friendly. And then there's Trulia. Trying to think of some other ones. Trulia is owned by Zillow. So if you're using Zillow, you can also use Trulia. I think they're fairly similar.
Another thing about Zillow too, I don't know if you've experienced this, but it doesn't show you everything that's available. Like, even if you're looking, for the from 300 to 350, I feel like it's not listing everything.
Oh,
It's
really?
happened to me. Yeah, like I do this all the time where I look on there to see what it's showing me, and it shows me the same like 5 to 10 houses.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't think
I
I've
don't
had that
know. It's
problem.
kind of weird, and it happens to my clients too, though.
I have a
So, I
problem
don't
with
know.
Zillow where I don't know if it like knows that I'm an agent or whatever, because I'm just using it on the app on my phone. And so I don't think I'm logged in as an agent on there. But it will show me listings that are in the MLS, but it won't show me for sale by owner. I'll have to like go zoom in where my clients are telling me this house is at. They'll give me an address. I'll zoom in on that block, and then I'll have to click on the little parcel map, and then it'll pop up and say active for sale by owner.
Really?
And I'm like, how come it's not giving me the little ping on the map that
Weird.
says for sale, So I don't like that. And so I've found out that there's a filter where I have to turn that on. I have to turn on for sale by owners.
Interesting.
The same way that you would probably have to change filters for rentals
Right.
or auctions, foreclosures. Yeah.
And no, no shade to anybody that uses it. I like to use it just to like, if I'm searching something up and I need like a quick answer, it's on Zillow too. Like if I don't have the answer to it, if I'm showing homes in like Tri-Cities or something, I don't have access to their MLS. I have to look on there. So, I mean, it's, I wouldn't pay for it though.
Yeah.
For sure, I wouldn't pay for it.
Before we wrap this up, let's real quick talk about the takeaways, what most people miss. So the real takeaway is that Zillow is a marketing platform first, not a brokerage. They do not replace brokerages and agents in your local market, and they will miss that communication and connection that an agent can give you when you meet them in person, stuff like that. Zillow doesn't open doors. We do. So number 2.
It's incredible for visibility and convenience, but it introduces noise, competition, and misinformation for both sides.
That's right. And for realtors, it's a paid lead source, not a relationship builder. So they don't help facilitate me getting to know you or you getting to know me. It's simply just like butting 2 people up in a phone call and hoping for the best.
Yeah, pretty much. So they can get their money.
Yeah.
Yeah. For consumers, it's a search engine, not a decision maker.
It can help you. It can help you look at houses, but it doesn't help you decide, if that's the right one for you to make an offer on. It doesn't lead you any further than that.
And I will say this is a addition. If the agent that you're working with is only highlighting the good things about the house and not what you can visibly see that is wrong with the house, that is an agent that just wants the sale. Like, please, agents, if you're watching this, be honest with your people. I call out everything, even if it's going to like sway them away from the house. Like, hey, I see X, Y, Z,
And you know why?
And if it's, especially if it's like things that they don't know, I mean,
I would do that too, because I would rather catch it now and not get under contract and then find something out or figure something out later and be like, I don't want this house because that's so much time wasted. I'd rather just
or like
nip it in the bud.
Yeah. Or your client calls you in a year and says, hey, by the way, my freaking furnace blew up. Or I don't know, not that would happen. But you know what I mean?
Water
Like,
haters.
water heater gave out. They said it was going to be fine, and we knew that it was old, whatever the case may be. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many things. If you're an agent, look at those things, call those things out, be honest with your clients. I mean, it's the best way to, build a relationship is honesty.
I guess to sum it all up, Zillow is basically Google for homes. And that's a good way to put it. But if you want other resources, contact your local agent. And this is why you should use a realtor, because they're your advisor, your negotiator, and essentially your protector. And so, and like she just said, we can call out some pros and cons, negatives about a home. Zillow will not do that for you. And if you're looking for other places to look at homes, just to view and browse, we believe that homes.com does a better job at giving you more accurate data and connecting you to the source that you should be connected with at the very beginning, because they're not interested in making money off of connecting you to me through a phone call.
Right.
In a sense they are, but they have a little bit more ethics involved, I guess.
I feel like it,
Yeah.
just the way that
they're trying to protect your
understand it.
interests at the same time. They know that this can be done in a more proper handshake way rather than just kind of a handoff.
Right.
So
And if you're a client, please hire a good realtor.
that's right.
This is so important. Like, it's so important. To me, it's so sad to know that there's people that are buying homes out here with like Joe Schmo that doesn't give a damn about them. He just wants his money. He just wants some commission.
Right.
He doesn't care what house you buy. He doesn't care if there's a sinkhole. Not that we know what's underneath, but depending who you're working with, they don't care. You're just another transaction. And to me, that's such a crappy feeling, because this is the biggest, like one of the biggest steps in your lives.
Absolutely.
So.
I think the takeaway for me is that if you're doing the largest transaction of your life like this, you need the personal connection. You need the human experience. You need the expertise. Somebody who knows your local market, who can understand your needs and your circumstances, because for everybody that's different.
Yeah.
And you kind of need a hand to hold. And
You do.
even if you've bought and sold so many homes in your lifetime, I love it when clients are like, we've sold and bought houses 14 times. We know the drill. We know the drill. You still, believe me, you still can cross a road bump that you have not seen yet. And that's why it's good to have protection from an agent. We love it when our fans or our followers and subscribers like and share and follow and subscribe. But we want to know, please comment below. Do you use Zillow when you're looking for homes? We kind of want to see. I could probably do like a poll on this on social media. Maybe we'll do that. But we want to know, what is the source that you go to for your homes?
What's your search engine that you go to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have something to offer for you as well. If you want a custom viewing platform or a subscription-based experience to be tailored exactly to what you're looking for, even if you're not ready to buy right now, we have that. We can offer that for free. It just takes a little bit of time from us to be able to set that up for you, but it can be customized.
We just need your name, your email.
Yeah. So reach out to us, because we're happy to do that. It's really easy, and we want to help make sure that you're getting the right content that you want to see as well.
Yeah. And it's through our MLS, so it's not
or
any,
our
like
agent websites.
Yeah,
too.
or our agent websites. It's not like a third party. Well, I guess MLS is a third party, but it's not like a Zillow or a realtor.com.
There's no interest for money there.
Yeah, there's no, this is 100% like what hits the market as soon as it hits the market. And it's just
Direct from the
another,
source.
and it's just another like search engine, I guess, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
well, like, follow, share, and we will see you guys next week. We're going to have a really fun special guest named Francisco Cardenas.
He's not that special.
We call him, well, yes, he is. He is one of our favorite lenders around. One of ours. Fran is what he goes by, and for us anyways. And he is going to talk a little bit about loan products and financing, things to look out for. And so we're really excited to have him. So stay tuned and be on the lookout for our short when the episode goes live.
Yeah, it's coming. And this might be a little bit of a shorter episode, but we have some fun stuff today. We have an award ceremony, and it's St. Patrick's Day, so we're gonna go see if we can get in trouble with some leprechauns. Anyway, bye. Thanks for watching.
See you guys.